Hi, my name's Andy with Gulf Coast Property Management, and we represent landlords and homeowners and investors who own properties in Manatee and Sarasota counties in Florida. We're a property management company and we work for landlords. Today I'm going to talk about the selling versus renting debate. Very often, whether it is a potential rental owner who wants to talk to us, or whether it be an existing owner who has been renting with us for a long time, very often the conversation comes up about whether they should hold the property and keep it as a rental or sell the property. Now, there may be very good reasons why someone wants to sell. Just realisation of capital, they want to use that capital to buy another property, a bigger property. We may need those funds to pay off debt. There's no right or wrong answer, it's just whether or not what circumstances you find yourself in. What I do want to talk about though is making sure that you as a listener today understands the difference between the two and make an argument for renting over selling. So the first thing I'd ask is, what are you going to do with the money? If you are going to reinvest it, if it's going to be in a slush fund, it's not going to be doing anything for you. As we've discussed time and time again in some of our other episodes, renting and being a landlord in the US is the best financial decision you can make. The tax codes are set up to reward rental ownership, whether that be being able to write off all of your expenses, to include depreciation and set that aside any profits that you make. It is a tremendous vehicle. So I would urge someone to really understand the upside to being a landlord and take that into account before you make the decision of selling. In addition, selling itself comes with expenses. You would think that in Florida certainly, you are looking about 8% in selling costs. So even if you can get the money that you want for your property, you're going to be giving 8% of that away in either realtor fees and the closing costs. So, and 8% it's a big number when we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. 8% of that is a really big number. Are you sure you want to give that money away rather than let your property remain to be a rental and you receive the benefits of being a landlord as per the tax code at the moment? One of the reasons people consider selling is because they feel their debt ratio is, they want to buy another property, but their debt ratio is skewed because they've already got an existing mortgage. We can help you with that. Being a licensed property management firm with good books, the clean books, a lot of the banks that we work with, once they see an existing rent roll, they will take the mortgage debt that you have, they will take that out of your personal debt ratio, because they will look at your mortgage as an investment that you're getting a return on. So at the very worst, it would be a wash, but it would be outside of your personal debt ratio. So that means that as a company, we can help you build wealth by having an existing rental that someone else is paying down the mortgage for you. someone else who's taking care of all of that principal and bringing that down. You're enjoying the tax benefits, and you're still able to go and buy your own personal residence without it affecting your debt ratio. It really is a good system, and one that a lot of people just don't take advantage of. Now, we live in a great area, Sarasota, Manatee counties, they are booming, and I understand that there may be a temptation to capture some of that, the revenue, some of the appreciation that a property's created over the last few years. But if you think that the interest portion, when you first start a mortgage, the interest portion is very low. You haven't been paying off too much of your capital, because most of it's been going to the interest portion of the mortgage. The longer you own the property, the more capital will be paid down, and as the capital being paid down, the cost of your house, or the value of your property, will be increasing. And you won't find many, if you use California as an example, you won't find many people in California who regret holding on to their property. People in California who owned 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, those people who still own, their houses are now worth like 10x what they used to be and what they bought. Florida will be going the same way. If you've got property in Florida, I wouldn't look at letting go of that asset. Use it as a rental property, because it will increase in value over the course of your ownership, and it'll be paid, the cost of it will be paid by someone else. It's a win-win, and it almost seems too good to be true, but that's the reality of real estate investment in the US. Everyone should be taking advantage of it. So have a think when, if you're tempted to sell the property, if you think it's too much trouble owning the property, let a property management company take care of you on that. Let them do the heavy lifting, bring you in for the major decisions, but we can take that peace of mind off you, and you will realize the benefits. Our job isn't just to replace the toilet or paint or find a tenant. What our real job here at Gulf Coast is to build wealth. We build wealth for our customers. Over time, that wealth compounds, and at the end of your ownership period, you will have made money, and you wouldn't have had to put too much effort into it, because we've done the heavy lifting for you. So if you have any questions, if you're debating whether to rent or sell, please give us a call. We'll give you honest answers. We'll give you a good indication of what your property will rent for, and we'll explain some of the intricacies of being a landlord. My name's Andy, and I'm with Gulf Coast.